Welcome to Hot Garbage.
Hello and welcome to Hot Garbage, where we are the only trash talk that matters. I'm your host, Laura, and we're getting through it. We're getting through life. We're back again.
Surviving. Yay.
We just keep doing every other episode for some reason right now.
Life is hard right now, guys. Like, lives are busy. We're trying. If you guys can listen and tell people about us and watch the YouTube, then we can get paid to do this and we can be like more consistent.
Yes.
Yep.
That's what you have to do. So that person from California that downloaded all those episodes.
We love you, buddy.
We love you. Start telling all your friends.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out
Get
China
us monetized. Shout out China too. That's right, China.
Thank you, China.
I wonder if China came for us though, because of what we say.
Probably.
And we're on a list.
Oh.
I was telling Stephanie before you joined the call and stuff, it's probably the government trying to figure out how they can use us to interfere with the election.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yep. So probably.
How can we use these people as propaganda for us?
Give them views.
That's what they want.
I will say whatever you want.
She said that thing about healthcare. Oh my god.
There was a thing where I think it was Russia, not China, but they were infiltrating right wing YouTubers and influencers and stuff like that, and paying them big money to kind of push whatever they want to do. So if you're out there.
If you're out there, we'll accept money.
No. I'm okay with it.
Yeah. We're not going to accept money for that.
Wink. Wink.
I'm over here we have morals, and they're winking.
We do.
We cannot be bought.
I want this to be my job. That's all I'm saying.
I want this to be my job so bad.
Me
don't want to work for a manager. I don't want to work. A corporation honestly hates to see me coming, if I'm going to be for real. I'm the person that's coworkers, let's all get in a big group and tell each other what our pay is. A corporation hates me.
Well, then how about we leave out the corporations and we work for the KGB instead?
I don't want to work for the KGB. I would rather work for that corporation that hates to see me coming.
I hear they pay well.
Oh, God.
I'll talk negotiations. I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. What are you willing to do for money?
Quite a bit.
Yeah. The way the economy is, yeah. Yep. I need to afford eggs.
God.
Oh. Okay, so let's get into motherfucking share time before we really fuck ourselves.
I love these early morning episodes. They're fun.
Me too.
Yeah, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. We are the fucking, we shouldn't be here. We shouldn't be this. We are the epitome of, we already had our coffee, but, don't talk to me until noon.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Okay, so I'm going to go first because I already know what my motherfucking share time is, and it requires both of you. Okay. So, my boyfriend, Keenan, seen absolutely no movies or television shows.
Okay.
Didn't even I don't know what he did in his youth, but he didn't even know that the thong song was a real song. I started explaining what the thong song was, and he thought it was a plot of DC Legends of Tomorrow, and he hadn't seen the episode yet. And so he was like, "Don't tell me what the new episode is." I was like, "The thong song is real."
Was Keenan always in sports or something?
Yes.
Okay, that's why.
Okay.
I participated in sports, but I still made time to stay up late and watch TV.
Yeah, he didn't do that, clearly. He didn't do that. So anyway, it's actually really fun for me because I got to introduce him to like the thong song, right? And like the first time that somebody hears that thong, the thong, 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 like their face is just
Their heart is open and
they're just like, this was on the top 40? Yeah. Yeah.
it sure was.
Life was a lot better back then.
It truly was. I want to go
We had
back.
things called the thong song. Did I send you guys that video of Cisco talking about it and how he made the song? Oh my god. Okay, you guys have to go look up that video. He literally says, like, my friend said, what about if you go that thong to thong thong thong? And he goes and he proceeds to do it.
Really?
And they were all like, this is fire.
Oh, incredible.
Oh. Yeah, look it up, guys. So anyway, I get to introduce him to like all these movies and television shows, and it's really fun for me because I love entertainment and like things like this. Like this is what I find entertaining. And so we are going to watch horror movies all the month. We watched Joyride yesterday.
Mhm.
He had a great time with Joyride. He was like, Paul Walker's in this? I was like, yeah. I'm pretty sure this was before Fast and Furious. He goes, oh my God.
There's a time before that?
Yeah. And they were like running and they were like racing around on the cars. And he was like, this was definitely his audition for the movie. But he really liked it. And he was like, I actually really liked it because it's not like gory. Like you usually show me like really gory movies. And this one wasn't at all. Like he's like the only time anybody was really hurt was like the beginning and then like the very end. Like it's like really just like a psychological thriller. It's really fun. Like basically it's really fun. It's a fun movie. It really is. If you've never seen it, like the chase scene through the cornfield is like one of my favorite movie scenes from a horror movie. A truck basically chases them through a cornfield. And
I love it.
It's really creepy and it's a lot of fun.
Beautiful.
So I have a whole list. And after we get done here, Keenan was like, we will watch movies all day. I was like, fuck yes.
I'm so excited for you.
I know, I'm so excited. So I have a list of movies and I want you guys your input on what we should watch today.
Okay.
So number 1 on the list is Fright Night, the 2013 remake of Fright Night.
I don't remember it.
Colin Farrell, that Anton Yelchin, whatever his last name is, that
R.I.P.
got run over by his Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. If you've never actually seen it, like I like Fright Night, like the original from like the 80s or 70s or whatever it was. But I love the remake of Fright Night even more. It has McLovin in it too from Superbad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no
I've
shit.
seen it, but I just can't remember it. So
Yeah.
you know what? I've been thinking about rewatching it, so I'll probably put it on my list.
I love it. I can't wait for Keenan to watch it. So we have that one. I have Vacancy with Luke Wilson.
Mhm.
And I think it's Kate Beckinsale.
Mhm.
I haven't seen that movie in probably like 15 years. Like I'm actually really
Great
excited for that
movie.
one. Yeah. It's 90 minutes. Just so you guys know, it's a 90-minute movie and it's a 90-minute thrill ride the whole way. Like I actually really like Vacancy.
Mhm.
So then we have The Collector. I haven't seen that movie in forever, but I know it's like some serial killer guy
It's
at
good.
a party.
Mhm.
We have 30 Days of Night.
Love that movie. Josh
I
Hartnett.
love that movie.
I love
Great
Josh
vampire
Hartnett.
movie.
Mm-hmm. Great vampire movie.
The Hitcher with Sophia Bush.
Another great movie.
And Boromir from fucking Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
He's the other guy. Then I have Bodies with the one that I had texted you about, and you were like, "Oh, it's really funny."
Yeah, it's funny.
I had Jeepers Creepers, but Jeepers Creepers ended up being part of AMC Plus, so we aren't probably going to watch Jeepers Creepers.
Mhm.
Even though I love Jeepers Creepers. Jeepers Creepers is probably one of my favorite horror movies, like honestly.
I like Jeepers Creepers. Keep saying your list. I'm going to see if there's like a movie I kind of want you to watch if you like Jeepers Creepers.
Okay.
Maybe just because of Justin Long, but
okay. I love Jeepers Creepers. Like I haven't seen any of the new ones. But like I love the original.
You should have like Oh, if you like can find Jeepers Creepers, if you guys want to splurge and rent it, and then like if you can find the other ones on like streaming,
Yeah.
there's like a newish one that came out like maybe in
Like
2020.
literally in 2023 or something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was like corny and fun. I like a B movie, okay? So
Yeah.
like I thought it was great.
Well,
it wasn't
Jeepers
great,
Creepers
but it was
2 is
funny.
kind of like
Mhm.
a corny like B movie.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So then I have Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You.
I love those
Me
movies.
too. He's never seen him. He doesn't know anything about him. He's going into those totally fucking blind, which I recommend for everybody to go into Happy Death Day blind.
Oh, you're saying so many good ones. I don't know how to make a decision. I'm like that one. That one.
I know. So then there's a new one on Netflix called It's What's Inside.
Mhm.
It's like apparently like these people go to a party. A lot of people really liked it at some like film festival, so I wrote that one down.
Oh, I want to watch that.
And then there's I actually don't like Stephen King. Like Stephen King actually like really scares me like on the inside. Like Stephen King freaks me the fuck out. Like I've watched the original It on accident and I will not go anywhere near any of the
It's
It movies. Like
I did a
I won't
project
do
on
it.
Stephen King in college.
Yeah, like I like The Mist.
I just watched that for the first time the other day.
Oh my god.
Yes, I don't or I
Isn't
yeah,
the
I've
end
never seen it.
insane?
Yes. Like I was Nick said Nick's already seen it, so I feel like maybe he like
I
accidentally
had already
spoiled
seen it and Keenan just saw it for the first time.
Yeah, Nick was like, and then the mist is gonna go away, and I was like, oh my god, what if that did happen? And then I didn't know that was
It's so
spoiler alert. I'm sorry if you haven't seen it. It's like 20 years old, but
yeah, no, The Mist is a really good movie. So anyway, I only like certain Stephen King things, like only certain Stephen King things I'll like watch. So Salem's Lot just came out on HBO Max, and I
fell
actually
asleep.
want to see that. And it's going to be so creepy and I'm terrified of it. So he's probably going to make me watch that one at night.
I started watching it the other day and I fell asleep. So I was just
Oh.
really tired.
Okay. And then I also have Urban Legend. Urban Legend is on fucking Max right now. I haven't seen
so
Urban Legend
good.
in 20 fucking years.
I love it.
So those are our movie lists. Stephanie, did one of the ones that I say was the one that you wanted to suggest to me about the Jeepers Creepers?
No, I was gonna say Barbarian. Have you ever seen it?
No, but I heard about it.
I hated that one.
I love it. Oh my god, I watched it when I had COVID a couple weeks ago, and love it. Absolutely love it. I think it's I
Did you guys see the Babadook?
yes.
Did you like it? Like, would I like it?
It's okay. It's not like one of my favorite movies. Like some people say
Okay.
it's like the scariest movie ever. I did not personally find it like the scariest movie ever, but
That's what
there
they
was a
keep
couple-
saying.
Mhm.
So I didn't write it down because I was like, I don't know if I'm going to want to watch that.
It takes a lot for me to get scared in a
Okay.
scary movie. So I personally didn't find it very scary.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So the Babadook we're still not sure about. Okay. So what movie would you guys suggest that we watch right away?
I can't contribute. I haven't seen
I
any of them.
figured. You haven't seen any of
Really?
them?
Laura, send this list so Tyler can do some homework.
I'm not big on horror movies. Like
Really?
not because like they scare me or anything. It's just like most of them just suck. So like I just end up mad at the end of them all. So
Okay. Okay, Tyler, I have a scary movie for you. And it's on Max right now. I'm pretty sure. It might not be Max, it might be Amazon Prime, but it's free somewhere. It's called Ready or Not.
Oh my god. I
Okay.
love Ready or Not.
You're going to love Ready or Not.
hmm
It has Adam Brody in it.
I love
Is
that,
that-
Brody.
no, that's not the video game one, right?
That's Stay
Okay.
Alive.
That's right.
I love Stay Alive too. I can't find Stay Alive anywhere, or I would make him watch Stay Alive. I have never
I've never
once
seen
heard.
it.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Oh, you would like it, Stephanie. Stay Alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, but Tyler, you would really like Ready or Not.
Looks like it's on Hulu.
There you go.
So all right, I'll check it out.
Okay,
Maybe.
and I sent the list, so Tyler, you can get a movie education with Keenan.
Okay, cool.
I do also have 2 of them listed at the bottom because that on Max they have like a new scary movie coming out like every single week this month, basically.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, so that Caddo Lake by M. Night Shyamalan. It's a tongue twister. You can't act like it's not.
Shyamalan.
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 You said it. You just added a lot more uns at the end of it.
I think it's like not just Shyamalan. Like I think it's like Shyamalan.
Pretty sure it's just M. Night Shyamalan, but I could also be saying it wrong, but it's somewhere around
No,
there.
it's like it is M. Night Shyamalan. Right.
M. Night Shyamalan is how you say it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm so sorry I butcher your name every time. I also do it to the Timothy Shimon, whatever fucking name he is.
Yeah. Shyamalan.
Shyamalan.
Timothy Chalamet.
Chalamet. So that I think it's Cato Lake or Cato Lake. It has Dylan O'Brien in it. That comes out October 10th, which I'm really excited about. And then Trap, the movie with Josh Hartnett that just came out.
Oh, I hated that one.
Was it not good?
It was awful. Don't even waste your time watching that one, please. Like, guys, that movie sucked so bad. And
Did it?
Yes,
I have
and
it
Josh
listed because it
Hartnett,
comes on Max the 25th.
I freaking hated it.
I love Josh Hartnett.
I love Josh Hartnett. He is awful at playing a bad guy. Like,
Really?
yeah, and he was making these weird faces throughout the whole movie, and ugh, and he like thinking about it, like he's grossing me out. Like, I did not like that movie at all, and it just kept getting like kind of more and more ridiculous as it went on.
Okay. That's kind of what his movies do, so that makes sense.
Yeah, like sometimes
I always think about Signs and how like ridiculous that movie gets by the end of it.
I love Signs.
I love Signs, but like let's not act like it's not ridiculous.
And The Sixth Sense, I like The Sixth Sense, and The Village. I really like The Village.
I think The Sixth Sense. The
I
Village
love
did
The
suck.
Village. I love The
That was
Village.
dumb.
That's when they're all in like those red cloaks, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they send the blind girl out because she doesn't know that she can't
They're
see.
yeah. Isn't it like spoiler? Isn't it that like at the end like they're really just in like this like segregated like area of like the woods? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a terrible movie.
I love it.
So dumb.
It's a bad movie. That's not a good movie.
I watched it in the movie theaters and I thought it was maybe it's because
Out
I
of this
watched
world.
I remember I watched that with like a group of people, and like they were all like on the edge of their seat, like scared and stuff like that. And I'm just like watching it, and there's like one
It
thing
wasn't
that made me
scary.
like jump.
Yeah, it
but
wasn't
even then, it was just kind of
scary.
like that's all it was.
Yeah.
I didn't find it scary, but I thought it was really interesting and I thought the ending was interesting, but that's probably just me.
That's
Yeah,
just
it
you.
is just you.
But all the rest of his movies lately, I just think suck. Like, I have not liked any of them.
What was that one that he put out like a couple years ago? It was like I want to say it's like Cabins in the Woods, but that's not what it's called.
Oh, the one with the guy
Yeah.
from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah. And they're
Oh,
basically the Horsemen. Like that. I mean, I didn't
Yeah.
watch the movie, but I heard it sucked, so I didn't watch
Yeah.
it. But
think I told
basically
you it
those four
sucked.
guys that show up are the Horsemen. Like I know that just because that's what it is. Like the four Horsemen of the Apocalypse showed up at their doorstep. Like that's what the movie is.
Knock at the cabin.
yeah.
Knock
And
at the
then-
cabin. There it is.
I think everyone died at the end, or maybe I don't remember. It fucking sucked.
Well, they're the Horsemen of the Apocalypse. Like I saw the preview and I was like, well,
What was the elevator one he made? It's like people stuck in an elevator. I don't remember what it was.
Did he make that?
Shaft,
Devil?
Yeah, Devil.
Devil.
I know he made it because I remember I was at like
Shaft has nothing to do with the fucking elevator. I don't think.
no, but yeah, like I know he made it for sure because I remember I was at a midnight premiere for something, and like they started showing the trailer
Twilight.
for it, and like It wasn't Twilight. And like everybody was like super into it. And then all of a sudden it says directed by M. Night Shyamalan, and the whole theater just goes, ah.
Because I mean, like he has some good movies, but then some of them are just like, what are you doing?
It was in the middle of like that string of really bad movies. that he
Yeah.
had, so
Well, okay, then I just noticed that it says that Unbreakable was one of his movies, and
Yep.
Split,
Yes.
and I like
And
those
Glass.
movies a lot.
yeah.
Mhm.
I thought those movies are excellent.
I'm
But then-
excited for the Cato Lake to come out on the 10th.
Let me look at this. I haven't seen that one.
It's like
What's
a
it
Max
about?
original, but he did it, and Dylan O'Brien's in it, and it actually looks like really good.
Oh, Dylan O'Brien's so cute.
I love him. Me and Kristen joke that he's our shared husband.
When an 8-year-old girl disappears on Cato Lake, a series of past deaths and disappearances begin to link together, altering a broken family's history. I'll watch it. You sold me.
The trailer looks really good. Like after this, if you watch the trailer, it looks really good.
Mhm.
Okay, so Stephanie, since Tyler can't contribute, what do you think we should
Okay.
watch first? I sent you the list.
Oh, let me see. I haven't gotten it yet. Or is it on list? Or like notes?
I sent you like a screenshot, and I just sent it to Tyler. I didn't send it to the group chat.
Oh, okay. I'm waiting
My
for
bad.
it then. Okay. Off the bat, I'm gonna say maybe it's just because I just watched it, but okay, wait, let me look at this really fast. Okay, this is my order.
Okay.
Okay. I think you guys should start with Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You, because it's
Okay.
daytime. Like that one's fun. It's light. It's really easy to go into, and it's funny. Okay. Then you're gonna go and do Urban Legend.
Okay.
After Urban Legend, I want you to do Vacancy.
Okay.
And then after Vacancy, go ahead and
Fright Night.
I was gonna say Bodies, 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 and then then it'll be nighttime. You can do Salem's Lots, since you guys want to watch that at night.
Okay.
And then end the night with Fright Night.
And then end with Fright Night.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then once you go through that, then I'll see what you have left for tomorrow.
Okay. Stephanie, I literally wrote it down in order. Like I literally have numbers next to them.
Yay!
So like we're literally
I'm so excited. And I think that order is gonna be good for the palette.
Keenan.
Yeah, and for Keenan, yeah. So he can get some funny in between there after like a couple scary ones too.
Yeah.
But start off with like a scary, funny movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I love Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You.
I
Like,
love
them.
They just announced that there's gonna be a third one, and
I
Tree's
know,
gonna
I
come
can't
back.
wait.
I know, me too.
And I love I love how they did Happy Death Day and then Happy Death Day to You,
Mhm.
because it's like the sequel, and I was like, this is what I keep saying with M3 GAN. Like you guys really like could have done something. Like Meg 4N. Like you guys like Megan 5 is Megan's. Like we could have had something clever here, like Happy Death Day to You, but instead you're going M3 GAN 2.0.
Also a dumb movie.
I love Megan.
I like it. I love
Fucking
it.
stupid.
When she starts dancing and then she takes the paper cutter and just like has it.
I thought it was excellent.
It's so funny. It's so funny when she just like has the box cutter and the guy's like, fuck. And, like,
It's hilarious.
But think about what we could have done with Meg 4N. Think about it. Because I will die on a hill that it's M3 GAN. Because it's a prototype. Okay? So her prototype name is M3 GAN.
But they call her Megan. Like the creators call her
That's
Megan.
her name. That's her name. Okay? That is her proper name, okay? In the movie, we are allowed to call her Megan, okay? Her proper name is Megan, and we should respect that. However, her prototype name is M3 Gan, okay?
Okay.
And then for all those people who are like, oh, well, what happened to Prototype 1 and Prototype 2? Like, what are we going to do with that? Well, we already discussed that in the first movie where they were failed prototypes, okay? So that's why we can move on to Meg 4N, okay?
I don't care enough to fight you on it.
That's because I'm so adamant. Like, it's M3 Gan.
Imagine y'all are on the Amazing Race.
We start arguing about this in the fucking
Yes.
car.
Just from the get-go.
Like, we get in the fucking car, and I'm like, it's M3 Gan.
Camera rolls. It's M3 Gan. It's like, what? We're going to the airport.
I start talking to like the front desk lady about it. And everybody behind us is like, we have to get a flight.
Past us.
We have to get a flight. And I'm like, this is important. This is important.
Y'all miss your flight.
Because I'm trying to tell everybody how it's M3 Gan.
There was a delay. You still missed it.
Oh. Okay. Okay. So that's my motherfucking share time. I can't wait to watch scary movies after this. Stephanie, what's your motherfucking share time?
Not as great as yours. Jax Taylor is a fucking idiot, guys. We already knew this. We already knew this, but earlier in the week, we were all proud of Jax because he filed paperwork.
That's exactly how you should have introduced that. We were all really proud of him at the beginning of the week.
At the beginning of the week. We were so proud because he gave up full custody of Cruz to Brittany.
Which he should have.
Yes.
Because you were in a mental hospital. You probably weren't going to get it anyway.
Yes. Honest, I don't trust him taking care of Cruz by himself.
No, I don't either.
There's something wrong with him. He's going to damage Cruz if he hasn't already done that.
Well, I mean, he's a sociopath.
He is a sociopath. So it's in his best interest as a father to please just give up custody of Cruz, which he did at the beginning of the week, and we were all applauding him. We all said, "Good for you, Jax. You did the right thing for once.
Way to be a grown up for once.
Way to be a grown up."
But it has been over 24 hours.
Yeah. Yesterday, October 4th.
Which was a Thursday, a Friday.
Friday.
So we've only made it till Friday.
Hey guys, this happened. We heard about the paperwork on Tuesday, guys. We heard about the paperwork on Tuesday.
Later, we're all so proud of him for 2 days.
And then
we think he evolved in the
we think he's growing. Yes, we think he's growing. Nope. Nope. This idiot. This moron. He goes and obtains Kevin Federline, that motherfucker's lawyer. Fuck Kevin Federline. And he goes and gets his child custody lawyer or divorce lawyer or whatever. And he says, I got this new lawyer because I didn't know that I was giving up full custody to Cruz the other day. Guys. What do you mean you didn't know? You signed the paperwork. What do you mean? What do you mean, Jack?
What do you mean I'm bipolar? Can't believe it. We can't roast the entire VPR cast again, but I just had to get that joke in again.
But
I know. But
Jax, I'm gonna be so fucking for real. There is no possible way that nobody explained to you what was actually happening. Like, there's no way that somebody said you're going to give up, like, they said you're going to give up physical and, like, custody of him and everything like that. And, like, legal custody and, like, you know, like, you're just going to have visitation. Like, somebody probably said that to him. And he didn't understand what that meant. And that's really what it is.
Yeah.
I truly think his lawyer was explaining it to him in the most elementary terms possible.
Yeah.
In the
It's
simplest
still too much.
terms. And
It's still too much for him. He still didn't comprehend.
No, he was looking at his lawyer saying, and thinking about where am I going to go buy cocaine?
The sunglasses
Yeah.
that he stole from Hawaii.
Yes, and then where can I go buy some cocaine after this? Like,
Oh my god. What an idiot. There's no possible way that he wasn't told what was going to actually happen. He just didn't understand.
mhm.
Yeah.
And he doesn't understand until it's out in the news and like made even simpler terms for him because I don't know how much simpler it can get. But I think he like read the news and he's like, oh shit. Wait,
What'd I
that's
do?
what that meant?
Oh shit. Imagine that is so funny. Like picture Jax reading the news and being like, that's what that meant?
He doesn't understand anything unless ET's the one that tells him.
Oh my god.
He needs
Yeah,
like
Jax, that's what that meant. I don't want to do that. You're gonna have to anyway. There was no way that it was gonna work out in your favor after you've been on Vanderpump Rules for how fucking long, and we've seen you do how many fucked up shit. Like that's
You're
the
this
only
person?
evidence she needs. That's the only evidence she needs is that picture. Look at Stephanie, disappear yourself. Look at those crazy eyes.
Just how frantic she was.
Stephanie, disappear yourself.
Just-
The way she's like, oh,
this is why you need
Yeah,
to
but
watch the
he's crazy about
YouTube.
I mean, let's be so fucking for real. The only evidence Brittany needs is the show.
Yeah.
Like, and then you were in rehab for mental. You were in a
Yes.
mental health facility
And like Exhibit C.
like a month ago. Like,
Your Honor, I'd
Like-
like to present to you the best of Jax Taylor here on YouTube. And then there you go. That's all you have to do.
That's a great Brittany. She
she
can't
doesn't even need a lawyer.
She's
All he
representing
needs-
herself.
I would like to represent myself.
All her evidence is YouTube. YouTube, Peacock, and TikTok.
Everybody on TikTok says like horrible things about him. Like Kate Riccio's like part of like the defense team. Zachary Reality's there in like the courtroom. Oh, Jax, you're a fucking idiot, dude.
That's all I have. He's just an idiot. Like,
Yeah.
That was a great share time, though. Like to
Yeah.
go from horror movies to that was fantastic.
we're so
Incredible.
funny.
All right, Tyler, what's your motherfucking share time?
I don't have a goddamn thing. Like literally nothing happened to me this week other than work. And what I was going to talk about, I'm going to wait till next week because it's happening later on today.
Okay.
And I'm still hoping it's going to be a shit show.
It's going to be
So,
phenomenal. I know what it is. Like we know what it is. We're not going to tell you, so you have to come back next week.
we call that a
When you
cliffhanger.
hear what he did, you're going to be like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Stephanie, you'll be able to just like zone out for a little bit and like play
Yeah.
your games or whatever.
Okay. I'll download Farmville for sure that day.
We're never going to be able to get her back.
But yeah, I literally have nothing. Like
Okay, that's
nothing
fine.
happened.
That's fine. Tyler's the reason that we exist. So
Mhm.
he doesn't need a share time because we can't operate without him.
Yeah. Literally.
All right, so let's get into our shows from the last couple weeks. I'm gonna be honest with you. Big Brother fucking boring as shit. Very predictable, very fucking boring. I have like basically no fucking notes. It was the double eviction. This is when Janky World ended. Yeah, this is when Janky World ended. I'm reading my
Dang,
notes.
it's been that long.
Yeah. We watched Janky get murdered.
That's great.
When I texted you guys, she gets murdered. I was like, that's like what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not kidding. They murdered him.
Mhm.
And everybody like pretending to be sad and shit. I'm like, first off, it's a robot. Second, it's not even a real robot.
I know. I'm like
Cartoon.
I would have been sitting there going like, you're murdering him like this?
I would have been
Are you
laughing,
gonna air
honestly.
this? Yeah. Like, you literally put X's on his eyes and was going like, I can't breathe. Like,
I would have laughed.
My favorite thing during Janky World was honestly watching Cam's reactions to everything, because I would have been Cam.
Yep.
Mhm.
Like, when he was watching him like die, he was actually like giggling. Like, he was very much so like, what?
Like, what the fuck is going on?
I think Cam like frequently thinks like, what the fuck did I sign up for?
It seems like it.
My other personal favorite thing about him is that he sucks at competitions so bad that everybody thinks he's throwing them,
It just sucks.
but he just sucks, and he's like depressed in his room by himself, and everybody thinks he's throwing them.
I don't think he was depressed until like MJ got mad at him for it. Like, he's just happy just being there, and then all of a sudden it's an issue, and he's just like, oh.
Yeah, I think he thought it was okay that he didn't have to win anything. I don't think he because he didn't watch the show before, so I don't think he realized like how much you should be like winning comps. And
Yeah, I don't think he really understands what was going on the entire time.
Yeah,
he was pissing me off this week. I'm just like, go home. Like,
I love him. I love Cam. He's just a sweet boy who doesn't know anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
I
can't believe he's a physical therapist.
He's a physical therapist.
He's a physical therapist. He went to school that long, and got certified to be a physical therapist.
He uses none of his brain now.
He is the one, honestly, that holds the like collective brain cell between the entire house most of the time. He just doesn't use it.
Yeah.
Like, that's really like there are 2 collective brain cells between the entire house, and most of the time Cam is holding on to them, but he doesn't use them.
Cam is 25 and he's a physical therapist. Chelsea is 27 and she's a nonprofit director.
Fuck Chelsea. Chelsea really pissed me off.
MJ is 22 and a construction project manager. And Rubina is 35 and event bartender.
Rubina's the oldest?
Yeah, she's 35, yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And Tucker's only like 25.
He's only 25? I know.
Tucker's like young. Look up how old Tucker is. Tucker's young, I'm pretty sure.
I think Chemo's in his 30s.
Yeah,
he's 36.
35.
Okay, yeah, 35.
35, and he's a mattress sales representative.
Okay, so how old is Tucker?
Tucker is 30, and he's marketing sales executive.
Okay, my bad. You just act like you're 20 no problem.
Yeah.
I mean, big problem, but you know.
How is Cedric 21 and a former Marine? Was he only in it for like 4 years? I thought he had like.
He probably signed up when he was 18, and he probably only enlisted for 3 years. Like, he's probably like fresh out of the military, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Brooklyn is 34. I thought she was in her 40s.
She's only 34. I'm so sorry.
30. I know. I feel so bad saying that.
Brooklyn, I didn't know we were almost the same age. I'm gonna be so fucking for real.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I thought she was gonna be like 39, 40.
I thought she had kids like our age.
And it has nothing to do with the way that you look. It has everything to do with the way that you act.
Yeah. Joseph is 30.
Like, Brooklyn, you're fucking beautiful. Like, trust me, like, even if you were 40, you're still like stunning.
He's just like really like mature.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I mean, granted, like, you know, over 30, but still.
You had
like,
kids when you were young and stuff like that, but still, like.
Big, like, mom energy. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some shit. Brooklyn, way to go.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, She reminds me a lot of Trisha Paytas. And like,
Brooklyn?
yeah, I think
She does.
she has the same face. So I thought that they were like, she was gonna be like around the same age as Trisha too. Trisha's like,
Honestly, it's because Brooklyn's probably unproblematic, and that's what that gets you in life.
mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, Trisha, you don't look good anymore. You need to stop.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I'll be your friend. Like, you need a friend to tell you to stop, and I will be that.
She named her baby Malibu Barbie.
She named the other one something fucking ridiculous too.
Elvis something.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Trisha Paytas. I think that she's an asshole. And like I get that like she's now like changed her whole image and whatever, and you can live on that, but like you were an asshole all those years, and just like I'll never let Perez Hilton like live it down. I'll never let you live it down.
At least Perez Hilton like went away, I feel like.
No, he's back now.
Oh.
Yeah,
he's been coming
back
for a
around.
while though. Like,
Yeah,
I felt like I hadn't heard anything in so long.
Yeah. No, he's making a comeback. So they also had Zingbot. Angela got the song Melting Down to the tune of London Bridge. Honestly, it wasn't as good as America's song.
Yeah.
Yeah. They tried to like recreate like Corey's America song with like
what
did I say? I was like, with a mustache, if you could call it that.
That one was so funny.
And they basically tried to like recreate that, but it just wasn't the same.
Yeah.
Zingbot as a whole was just kind of boring this year.
It was boring this year. My personal favorite thing is Andy, who won season 15. He tweets every year. He's like, this is just your reminder that it's just a person in a costume that sways back and forth, and through a speaker, they're telling them the insults.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal favorite. So then we had a 90-minute episode on Wednesday after Survivor, and that was the worst. That was a chore to watch.
I was gonna finish it.
They won a movie. MJ wins. She brings Rubina and somebody else. I don't give a fuck. And this is when the whole Leah plan concocts, where they basically decide that that MJ is gonna put Leah up. Which is like the dumbest thing that could have ever fucking happened. Like, I'm trying to figure out what I want to say about this. This is why I'm like trying to figure it out. Like, what do I want to say about this shit?
Yeah.
So they decide. So Chelsea basically manipulates MJ into nominating Leah, who is her biggest ally.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't tell Leah at all. Which is really where in the problem I think I have with it is. There wasn't even like 2 minutes before the ceremony, you didn't even tell her. There was no warning, there was no heads up, there was like nothing. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where I'm having a problem, because like MJ and her were friends, right? All season.
Yep.
And so if we're friends, even if it's inside the game, you should give me a heads up. Like, still do what you're going to do. It's a game. But like, if we were really friends and you really valued that friendship, you would have said something to me 2 minutes before the veto ceremony, because I still can't campaign. Yeah. But at least I'm not blindsided completely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you didn't have enough respect for me to even do that. Yeah. So I wouldn't be friends with MJ anymore. I really think that, she's 22, and now that I know her age, it kind of makes more sense. Mm-hmm. But I really think that MJ should come out of the house and think about why she's so easily manipulated, because a Ponzi scheme will love to see her coming, and you're going to get taken advantage of in life. And I really think that you should figure out why you are so easily manipulated, so you don't get taken advantage of. Because now
you're even know it yet. She needs to watch.
Because now you're in like this little like sphere of like a niche little community, right? Mm-hmm. And you can start getting brand deals. And so these people are going to be shisty. There are shady people out there that are going to try and get you to do shady shit with them, and you're going to get taken advantage of by these people. Like, you actually need to figure out why you're so easily manipulated, so you don't get taken advantage of very easily when you come out of the house, because that's what I see happening. I get that you're 22, but you really need to like stand on like your own 2 feet. Because you're gonna get taken advantage of by a lot of brands. Like all I keep thinking about is like it's actually like worry for her too, because all I keep thinking about is like, when your taxes come around next year, all of those companies are going to say that your PR gifts that they gave you, you're gonna have to pay the taxes on it, and you're too stupid to realize that they're taking advantage of you.
It could very easily be just like the environment of the house
Yeah.
too, though. Because
Yeah.
like she wasn't like this in the beginning. It was just until like she actually started like winning competitions and stuff like that. And
That's very
to
true.
where
And
it
her and
became a
Chelsea
thing.
created like this bond with like their like religion and shit like that. So that might also be why she's so easily manipulated by Chelsea specifically.
Yeah, maybe. Which is crazy. Like that this
I
is
mean, there is one person in the house that was going to take you to the end, and that was Leah, and you literally got rid of her.
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
somebody else told you to, because it was better for their game. And like Chelsea told her to do that so she could keep Quinn's jury votes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Chelsea's like, I'm going to keep Quinn's jury votes by having MJ evict Leah. And like that's literally why is nobody realizing that's what's happening?
And because she did that, Angela's probably going to vote for Chelsea too.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you lost 3 votes all because you were manipulated by a girl who's your ally, who's using you so she can win $750,000. And you think because you guys are religious and you guys like live in your little religion together that she's going to have the same morals that you do. And no, they don't.
Nope.
Yeah. So MJ puts Leah up. Leah's like, I will never be friends with her again. And I was like, I wouldn't either. The only person that went and comforted her was Angela. And then everybody else was basically like comforting MJ, like gassing her up, blowing smoke up her ass.
Yes, that
And
pissed me
for
off.
some unknown reason, Leah became the evil person in all of this because she was pissed that her friend didn't even give her a heads up because she didn't have any respect for her. And like that's where like the lack of respect came in. And like I don't think anybody understands that. Like you're playing a game, but you still have to respect people. At the end of the day, like this is why I don't really believe in bitter juries, because at the end of the day, these people have to respect you enough that they vote for you to win the $1 million. And if you're voting these people out and giving them a jury duty bracelet and you're voting them out and not even like giving them a heads up and that's your friend, like you're losing respect. And why would I give you $750,000? Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't believe in bitter juries, because like go fuck yourself. Like I wouldn't vote for MJ if I'm Leah.
No, I would
Even
not
if
either.
MJ's sitting next to Cam, I'm probably voting for Cam because fuck you, MJ.
Yeah.
Cam was the only one saying that we should be targeting MJ before Angela.
Yep.
Cam, this is why I say that Cam holds the brain cells but doesn't use them. Because they should have targeted MJ before Angela. Because now we're at the end game and MJ and Chelsea just keep trading off wins.
Yes. So
like I mean it was just I mean it's such a fuck up on every fucking like from the Leah moment of Leah going home, it's just been absolute shit.
Yeah.
I've been actually really bored.
Yeah, no, it's been very boring. So Thursday comes around, Leah leaves unanimously, which we all know. Then it ends up being a double eviction where Chelsea basically crushed them. And then Angela came back with a comeback, and then they had the tiebreaker, and she wrote down 15,000. Like, what the fuck?
Yep.
It was... The question was, like, how long was Janky in the house from the, like, in minutes? So you know that Janky World was a week.
Yeah.
So you take 60 times 24 to find out how many minutes are in a day, right? And then you times that by 7. And that's probably going to be pretty close to the fucking answer. I don't know where the fuck you got 15,000 from.
We had this.
And then where the fuck did Chelsea get 1,000 from? It's like, what are we doing?
I know. I was like, 1,000 minutes. Like
she was just doing the Price is Right thing. Just go under, hope that they go over. That's all it was.
Yeah. It was
That's
literally like,
true.
what the fuck are we doing? Like, there was no thought process to either of them.
Yeah. We had the same argument last year too. Like I don't remember
Yeah, it's
what
like,
it was, but it's
yeah,
the same
and it's like,
question.
when can you just go on Big Brother knowing how many minutes are in a day? Like, that's what's going to help you.
Yeah.
How
Just
many
keep that
minutes are in a
information
day?
handy. Write it
Oh
on
my
your hand
goodness.
or something.
Yeah.
Like, memorize it. Like, before you go in the house, study it. Memorize it. How many minutes are in a day? How many hours are in a week?
And
How
maybe do
many
some
minutes
like
are in a week?
practice problems too. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, you
find
could have
some.
done a math problem. Neither of
Yeah.
them did a math problem. And I'm sitting there going, it was a week in Big Brother time. Like, it's not that hard. Like, it's not, like, there is no thinking between, like, I saw this thing right before we came on here, and this guy, Eric, was like, I'm tired of everybody saying that all these house guests are stupid. They're not. Chelsea,
They
like,
are.
outplayed them all, and they're not that stupid, like, with Dan and, like, Derek and stuff. And I'm like, Eric, listen, did Chelsea outplay all of them? Yes. Is Chelsea the one who should win? Yes. Is Chelsea smarter than all of them? Probably. But that doesn't mean that they're all not fucking idiots. They are
Yeah.
all absolute stupid motherfuckers. There's not a smart one in the bunch, which is what has made it so entertaining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, these people's IQ, like, don't exist. We didn't put a math problem for how many fucking out, like, I can't. She wrote 15,000. Like, I can't. Like, where the fuck did that come from?
I also think like if I was in that situation, would like everything, would my brain go blank? Because sometimes like I get put on the spot for like presentations and stuff, and I'm like I didn't know I was gonna do this. I don't know what like in my brain. I'm like, where are all my words?
That's why you hear what she says, and she says,
Mhm.
okay, how many minutes from this until this? And then you go, okay, there's this many minutes in a day.
Mhm.
That's why you study that before you go there. So that way when they ask you this question, you know how many minutes are in a fucking day.
Mhm.
10,080. That's all you have to know.
Mhm.
Everybody
I
remember that
honestly
number.
said I would have wrote down
10,080.
like, yeah. I honestly said I would have wrote down like 10,000.
Yeah. Bunch
Um,
of dummies.
Yeah. So Hemo won veto. And Angela left unanimously. And Angela's interview was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. Her exit interview with Julie.
I don't think I was
was the-
paying attention.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was so fucking funny. So it was the funniest interview I've ever seen in my whole life. She walks out and her adrenaline is at like a 70 out of 10. Okay. And so she walks out to the end of the stage and she opens her arms as they're like cheering for her. Like she's on some fucking stage on Broadway and
Okay.
she's going to
I
bow
remember
for
that.
them. Yeah. And she was like, thank you so much. Thank you. And then she sits down and she's like talking like, I would have won. I would have won.
Yeah.
And she's like, she was so, it was the funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my God, Angela.
She's
I
so
loved every
delusional,
minute of
and I
it.
love it.
It was so great. It was so great. I was like, Angela. She walked out and literally walked to the end of the stage and was like, thank you.
I hope she gets back on whatever medication she was taking before the show.
I don't know if she's on medication. I think that's just her.
I think she was like this before.
Yeah, like I think that this is her and like this is like her friends know her as this human being.
I think we made that joke like the first week was like she just threw whatever medication she had out like the second she walked into the house.
That's right.
Don't need these.
She was up
Because, like,
until 3 a.m. That's right. She was up until 3 a.m.
Because like she was like just like this like little sweet old lady when she comes in the house, and then all of a sudden she's crazy eyes.
She's up at
You
3
have
a.m.
crazy eyes.
reciting the speech that she's going to make in the morning to all of them. So then we get to this week where Sunday was incredibly boring. It was basically stack those little things with the little tongs.
The
Mhm.
That thing.
microchip thing.
Yeah. MJ won by a landslide. No one was close.
Yeah.
It's so boring at the end here because we're just switching off from like MJ and Chelsea.
Yeah.
I'm bored.
Honestly, the entire episode on Sunday was filler. It was a chore to watch at 10:30 at night.
I fell asleep before, thank God.
This was honestly stupid. It was a very bad episode. And she nominated Rubina and Chemo.
Mhm.
So then Thursday rolls around, and it's a 2-hour episode.
Didn't need it.
Didn't need it. Most
No.
of it was filler. That's when they did
Yes.
the tortilla smack with MJ and Rubina. And that
Chelsea talked
happened.
to Fish.
Yeah. And all of that happened like back in August. Like the tortilla, like somebody went and found the tweet from like the video. And it happened August 31st.
Why are we showing? Like, we don't need
That's
it to
because
be
they
2
didn't
hours.
have anything for 2 hours.
We didn't need it to be 2 hours. Like, I understand CBS, you don't have anything, but that's
You
your
got content from August 31st.
Mm-hmm.
Like, T-Core was still there at that point.
Like last year, we had to wait till 10 o'clock at night,
Mhm.
or like 9 o'clock at night sometimes, because you wanted to play Yellowstone reruns. Just play Yellowstone reruns again, so we don't have to have 2-hour episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There was no reason for this.
Yes.
This is actually where I said Cam is the only one with brain cells, but he doesn't do anything with them. I literally have that note written here for Thursday. Cam is the only one with brain cells, but he doesn't do anything for his actual game for that with them. That's literally what the note says.
Love that.
Like every time I watch him, that's what I think. Like you have the brain cells, you just don't use them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was BB Comics. Kenny being a wiener was so mean. Kenny
That was
being a wiener
funny.
dog was fucking mean. I would be so offended if I'm Kenny. Like out of everything that you could have picked for me, you made me a fucking wiener.
And it was ugly too.
It was bad. It was genuinely like probably like the meanest comic I've ever seen. But then we followed it up with Glitter Critter, which was just as mean. They made her a fucking rat. They made Lisa a literal fucking rodent called Glitter Critter. I was like, which one's worse? The actual rodent or being a wiener? Like,
She
which
looked
one
like-
would you want?
She looked like a scary cartoon rat. Like that was scary.
She looked like, you remember that old movie, The Secret of Nymph? With like
Yep.
the little rats?
Yes.
And the one like crazy one that like tried to like electrocute people and like that little chair, that's who the fuck Glitter Critter was to me. I don't know what his fucking name was. I don't remember. Timmy or something like that. I remember the fucking rat in that fucking movie, The Secret of Nymph.
I would feel so bad if I'm watching it and that's my fucking BB comic.
I would be like, are you kidding me? I wouldn't even want it. I wouldn't even want it.
do
Okay,
they?
so I have
Does
a question,
everyone
though.
get it?
Would you rather be a wiener or Glitter Critter?
A wiener because I love wieners.
Yeah, wiener.
I would rather be the Glitter Critter just because I can't eat hot dogs
Oh,
because of my Crohn's.
Yeah, that's fair.
I
Yeah.
saw a meme. It was like, a hot dog hates to see me wake up in the morning. And I was like, that's me. I love hot dogs.
Yeah.
I work by a Sam's and I go get a hot dog sometimes for lunch.
I
That's
would
awesome.
fuck a hot dog up right now. Like, I literally can't have them because of my Crohn's disease. Like, it'll literally rip my
That
insides apart.
sucks.
Yeah.
But I would fuck a hot dog up.
Mm-hmm.
So T-Core, I think, had the best comic with Crow Slay.
She looks amazing.
Yo, her comic was fucking awesome. Like, I would love to have, like, that would be, like, in my living room.
Yeah.
Honestly, no wonder why MJ won. If you ever go on BB Comics, okay, if you ever end up on BB Comics, what you do is you go over and you have to do the zip line first.
Yeah.
So when you do the zip line first, you look at the order at the top. You just look at the order at the top. That's all you're doing. You're just seeing who's there.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then you go down and you look at the differences of each of the comics. What is the differences on each of these comics? Yellow mustard, pink lettering, da-da-da. Then you go up and you see what the differences are. Okay, this is this, this is this, this is this, this is this. Okay, that's what you do. Because what takes the longest time is climbing up the ladder, zip lining, coming back down. That is what takes the longest time. So you want to do that as little times as possible. Okay? Please listen to me. That is how you win BB Comics. That is literally the strategy on how you win BB Comics. That is the only way that you will win BB Comics.
And that made sense. And I was watching it like, why the fuck is Cam going up so many times?
Because Cam didn't understand what he should be doing.
Yeah.
and that is what you do in BB Comics. Please, if you take nothing from me, please take that.
Then Cam also decided to take a break and stuff like that.
Oh my god, because he's going up and down the ladder 150 times, so he's winded.
I just loved how like chill like he said that whenever they were like, why the fuck did it take you over 30 minutes? He's just like, oh, I just took some breaks and stuff. Just took my time with it. It's like it's a timed event, dude.
I wonder if he thought it was as hard for everyone else, so if he took a break, it would be okay.
I don't know, but he was doing everything wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like at a certain point, you think and realize, like, he had given his brain cells to MJ, and she had custody of the brain cells. Because at some point, you realize it's really tiring to keep walking up this ladder. I should probably stop doing that.
Did you notice they didn't show everyone's time?
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Rubina timed out, and I wouldn't doubt if Cam timed out pretty much too. Or was it Chemo? Who had 30 minutes?
Chemo was top, or it was, he was 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think Rubina timed out, and I'm pretty sure Cam probably did too.
Yeah.
But the time limit's 45 minutes.
I saw Rubina press it and get it.
I still wonder if she timed out though, because you only have 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I wonder if they're ever going to go back to like actually showing everybody's times, because they're still doing the like top 3 bullshit that they did ever since the whole Mad incident.
I'm gonna be for real.
So.
That is going to stay forever because they're going to cover their ass. Because like it was literally like with the ADA compliance.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have to continue to do that to cover their own ass.
Are you guys that dense? Like, I can't believe that shit. Like,
yeah.
Matt should have sued.
So this was our last shout out to the dog at the cribs. Because everybody votes in person now, so that was our last. I wrote, the dogs at the crib are like, Cam, it took you so long to do that. What do you mean? This was the first time that the veto wasn't used too. Then they sang some song for Julie. Listen, whenever they're nice to Julie, it really pisses me off. I would not be nice to Julie one day in my life.
I fast forwarded it.
Yeah, I like literally wouldn't. I would probably turn everybody against Julie in the house, and they would probably tell me to stop talking about that, and I would probably continue to talk about it. Like I hear me going like, well, you know what happened with her husband, Les Moonves. And then I hear Big Brother going, don't talk about that. And me being like, I'm going to talk about that.
There was there was a Reddit thread yesterday of people just saying how much they love her and how she should never retire and stuff. And I was like, how are there not enough people saying what her husband did?
Yeah.
Because they don't know. Yeah. They don't get it. Because like, okay, so when this last Moonves stuff happened, it was 2017, and he's just the CEO of CBS. He's not like Harvey Weinstein. He's not like this big name for people. He was just Les Moonves. And so I think people have completely forgotten that it happened. Like truly and honestly, I think that people do not know that this happened, and that she 2 days later, after he got fired for sexually assaulting 6 women who worked for him, she signed off Julie Chen Moonves. And then quit the talk so those women couldn't hold her feet to the fire. And man, it's the disconnect between people and me is because they don't remember. They don't remember, or they don't know who Les Moonves is, or they just aren't getting it.
Yeah.
And it's pissing me the fuck off because we should not be rooting and championing for this fucking piece of shit woman.
Mhm.
She's a horrible, 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 horrible person. She sends Bibles to the gay contestants. And this is who you're supporting? Don't ever retire, but she sends Bibles to the gay contestants.
Trash.
Mhm.
What are you doing? Like, this is not me. Like, this is you people, like, not getting that she's horrific.
Yeah.
Man, I could go, like, I would turn everybody against Julie Chen. Every single person. I would
Definitely.
literally, like, I hope, like, if she literally was like, I heard that you don't like me, I would be like, do you want to hash this on live TV? Do you want me to actually say it?
We can do this.
Like, you're right, I do hate you. And it starts with what you did after your husband sexually assaulted 6 women who worked for him. His name is Les Moonves. And then 2 days later, you signed off on Moonves and then make for their house. Giving a giant middle finger to CBS, and at the same time giving a giant middle finger to every woman who's ever accused a man who had power over them of sexual assault. You did them both in the same thing. You wanted to say, fuck you, CBS. You fired my husband, and in the same breath, you said, fuck you to a lot of people. Fuck you, Julie Chen. Get off my screen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they got messages from home.
How fucking sweet. They got messages from home. God damn it.
Fuck me. Went into like, fuck you, Julie Chen. Fuck you. And then they got messages from home. All right, you know what? Let's move on with Survivor because fuck it. So last week was funny because they were all making fun of Andy, and one of them said it's giving toxic clingy boyfriend.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh, I think it was Kyle who said this. A bromance can only go so far if a bro can't trust another bro. I thought that was so fucking funny. So one of the guys, I think it was Sam. I don't remember who it was, honestly. No, so Andy found the advantage and he decided that he didn't want to open it because he needed his vote. So he put it back and then left and then decided I should have grabbed it. So he came back and it's gone. So Sam found it. Sam opened it. Right? It was Sam, I think.
Yeah, it was Sam.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody's names.
I'm starting to.
Yeah.
I'm very slowly starting to.
So Keenan said, okay. So as Andy like left the advantage and walked away, Keenan said, Andy, final 3. And he said it in the same capacity that Caleb B, that Tyler said Caleb B. Like he said it, I mean, in the same exact way.
So
like
earnest.
when you were like Caleb B, he was like Andy final 3. Like it was.
Tyler saying Caleb B was one of the funniest moments for me on this podcast.
No, like I will never forget Caleb B. And so Tyler says Andy final 3 in the same way that Tyler said it. And so I start dying. And so I had to tell Keenan the story about Caleb B. And as soon as I said, and so he said Caleb B in like dead seriousness, like he was that amateur like wrestler. And he goes, oh, I get it now. I get it. Oh, it was so funny.
That's so funny.
It was so funny. A bunch of shit happens. Fucking random shit, honestly.
Yeah.
And then immunity happens. And there was a maze. Like, that was like a blind maze that you had to get through. And I wrote this down because the girl on yellow crushed it. and like didn't fuck up once, and it was because she was the only one that didn't try and feel where the hole was. She just did the maze. She went, how do you do a maze? You always touch a wall. And she continued to touch the wall and just got all the way through the maze and like crushed them. Like she just whoosh, right on through. And it was because she was the only one that just did it absolutely blind and just trusted the wall. Because, okay, if you don't know this, like if you ever get stuck in a maze, if you keep your hand on a wall, you will always get your way out. Like just so you know, if you're in some like labyrinth, if you keep your hand on the wall and just keep going, you will always get out.
I'm gonna go try it. I'm gonna ask my parents, can we go to a maze after this? I need to test the theory out.
If you keep your hand on like, I think it's like the left or the right wall or something like that. What am I doing right now? The right wall.
Okay.
And you just follow that, and like you never move your hand. Like don't ever take your hand off that wall. You will always find your way out.
I'm going to Hondo after this. I'm gonna go find a pumpkin patch so I can go to a maze.
Yeah.
We're not gonna hear from Stephanie for a week.
Right? And then she's like, I have my hand on the wall. You told me the wrong thing.
No, I'd be like, maybe it was my fault. Maybe I should have done my left. Maybe I heard it wrong.
So the other amazing thing during this immunity challenge was the girl that put rice in her shorts.
Yes.
She ever so cleverly puts the rice in her pocket and acted like she didn't, and was like, it's fine. What? And I was sitting there going, yeah. Like, yeah, they should let her go home with that pocket full of rice. Like, they really should have. Like, if you have enough wherewithal to go, I'm going to put this rice in my fucking pocket.
Yep.
You should be allowed to fucking leave with it.
Then some narc producer had to go and tell him.
Yeah. So yellow wins because she does the maze. Red gets in second, and blue was a complete fucking disaster. So when they get to the end, Jeff was like, did you put something in your pocket? She was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he was like, we saw you put some rice in your pocket. What? I think you should empty your pockets. She turns her pocket out, and it's just
rice.
falling rice. And it was, if I'm on another tribe, I'm laughing as hard as I possibly could, and am probably saying they should have let you go home with that rice. Like, if you had enough sense to think about it, they should have let you go home with it. So blue ends up losing. Oh, and Jeff said, I respect the try. I was like,
I thought she was going to get, like, eliminated or something. I was scared.
No, because it's not really, like, a said rule. It's just, like...
Yeah. It's just nobody's
like,
ever tried it.
Yeah. And it's like, okay, we caught you putting rice in your pocket. You have to take it out. And it's like, okay.
It's like, we never explicitly said you can't do this, but you can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think the producers are going to say when you get back to camp and somehow you're cooking if you didn't win?
Where'd you get the rice?
Yeah, somehow you're cooking rice.
The challenge.
I found it out there.
It's growing on the tree.
Yeah. I don't know. I found it buried. Yeah, no, yeah, so I think what they're going to do now from now on is make that a very explicit rule that you're not allowed to take rice from the challenges. So we get to the tribal council, and TK was an ignorant prick, and that's exactly what he was. He was an ignorant prick. He said to whoever it was, has anyone had 3 conversations with her? And it's like, just because the 2 of you aren't having conversations doesn't mean she's not having conversations with everybody else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, just because you aren't having conversations doesn't mean conversations aren't happening behind your back, you ignorant prick. I didn't like him. I was actually very excited that he left, because I don't appreciate people who talk to other people like that.
Mhm.
Especially when we're all on a game with the same equal footing and we've only been here for 3 days. Like,
Mhm.
you aren't going to insult my intelligence like that. Like,
Yeah.
you can get the fuck up out of here.
Mhm.
You disrespectful little bitch.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what I would have said. I probably would have written disrespectful little bitch TK. Who wrote that? I don't know. Because you don't have to put your name on it. I don't know who said it.
Yeah.
But I really would do that shit. Like, if I hated somebody and I was voting them out, and I would be like, I am happily voting out. Big name.
Mhm.
But you also get so many people's names wrong. Like, I'd love to see like
Oh, that would be
how many
so
times you just write down a name that
hilarious.
isn't there.
The producer's like, that's not. No.
Like, write down Warren. Who the fuck is Warren?
What do you mean, Warren? There's no Warren on this.
Whose vote is this? Who the fuck is Warren? So Gabe uses the idol on himself, which was really stupid. Because after the conversation, you know you're not the target.
Yeah.
And they pretty much all voted out TK because you can't disrespect women and expect the rest of them to rally around you.
Mhm.
That's literally what I wrote. I literally wrote, because you can't disrespect women and expect the rest of us to rally around behind them.
Yeah.
Fucking
I
idiot.
literally said, treat me like that too, and I'm voting you out.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's really what happened. The women were like, yeah, we're not going to live with that guy. So then we get over to this week. I have a name here, but I don't know who the person is.
Say the name.
I don't even know if it's a real name.
Oh God.
How fitting.
I'm like reading this and I'm like, somebody has a lot of opinions.
What name did you put?
Anima. Anima is what I wrote.
There's that girl on yellow, and her name starts with an A. I think it's like Ann
Anika.
something. Anika.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
And I spelled it must have autocorrected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anika.
Yeah.
Or-
So I said Anika has a lot of opinions and you need to shut up. Yeah, that's exactly who it is. Cause yeah, she has a lot of opinions and like she is just like ordering Sam around and like doing things.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I think we should do this. Oh, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And it's like, you have a lot of opinions. Why don't you do something?
Yeah.
Like, if you have so many opinions and you want it done the specific way, why are you asking Sam and not just doing it your fucking self? She really pissed me off this episode because I don't like people like that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, we would not mesh because I would be like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Like, literally, like, this is why I would get voted out on Survivor, because she would talk to Sam like that, and I would insert myself and say, why the fuck do you think you could talk to somebody like that? And then they would, like, look at me, and I would be like, you have a lot of opinions, and you're ordering him around. Why don't you just do it? If you want it done a certain way, you should just do it, instead of being rude and, like, condescending and, like, smirking at, like, the guy who's, like, doing the brunt force work.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no, makes sense.
And this is why I can't hold my tongue. This is why I can't go on these shows, because I can't hold my tongue, and now I haven't eaten in 3 days.
I would have panic tried to do what she's asking Sam to do, because then I would start feeling bad for Sam, and then I would get overwhelmed to go to the beach by myself and take a nap.
This is why you need a mean friend. This is why everybody needs a mean friend. Because the mean friend is going to look at her and go, why the fuck are you speaking to these people like this? Okay?
This is
Okay.
true.
You want to know why you should have a mean friend in your life? Because that mean friend, while Stephanie's like, oh, ain't gonna like overstimulate herself to go dig. I'm like, don't fucking do that. You can fucking dig. Okay. I would hate to live with Rome.
Rome.
The guy
Yes.
on
So
Red, I
annoying.
would hate to be around that guy.
Yeah.
I would yeet him off a cliff or myself. I after a week could not stand to be around that man any longer. I would probably literally get into a fight with him, and one of us, I would probably get myself voted off because I would literally call him a motherfucking bastard.
Mhm.
He's the one that just doesn't shut up, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he's how he was sitting in his interview, how he's lounged out and talking oh, I got all this stuff, and oh, nobody's gonna get rid of me. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, and he
You
thinks
arrogant little fuck.
and he thinks he's the best player on there, and then
He thinks he's the best player, and he's only been around 5 people.
Yeah, he hogs the fishing equipment, and
yes,
he gets all the fish, and then says no one helped him, bitch, because you don't let anyone help you.
And then he eats 2 of the fish. First off, it's little fishes. He eats 2 of them by himself, and he's like, "Well, why should I share with you? You didn't do any of the work." But he wouldn't allow anybody to do it with him.
Yeah. So I hope he looks back and realizes he looks like a fucking asshole. Oh my god,
he's gonna blame it on no. He's one of the guys that would be like, "Oh well, you didn't see everything. That's the edit."
Yeah.
I wonder if he's
That's the type of guy that he is. I would honestly, I literally wrote the stuff about the fish, and I was like, I would literally vote him out right then and there and starve. I would rather starve.
Yeah.
I would physically rather starve than be anywhere the fuck near you anymore.
Yeah, I also don't eat fish, so I wouldn't want it.
She's fine. Honestly, I really like Kyle. He's the guy. He's a little hillbilly surfer from Blue.
Yeah,
that's what I keep calling him because that's really what he is. His accent, but then when you look at him, he's this little surfer guy with a snapback. But then when he talks, he's a hillbilly, so I call him hillbilly surfer.
He was the one that was shocked that TK went home, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like him.
He's the one that went to.
Nice guy.
Yeah, he is. He's the one that went to Sue and was like, "Oh, they're talking to you about this. We should form up an alliance, whatever." And she's like, "I don't like talking about game because it's negative vibes." And he was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Literally, Kyle was in his interview and he didn't say, "Are you fucking kidding me?" But he said, "Are you fucking kidding me?" in more words.
I was like, when she said that, I was like, okay, be more obvious that you just don't want to work with him. Just be more obvious.
He's looking at her even if you don't want to work with me, it's smart to work with me.
Yeah.
He's telling her the truth, and I don't know why she believes Gabe over there. Something about Gabe, he's cocky, and I wouldn't trust.
I don't like Gabe either. I don't like that guy either.
Something about him not trustworthy.
Yeah. So they go to the getaway thing, and Rome is lying to everybody, and everybody basically knows that Rome is lying to them, but he's like, they don't even know I'm lying to them.
Rome, Rome, you are me lying. No. And it's so obvious.
He is just, I can't wait for him to go home because it's going to be epic.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait.
So whoever else was there, they both lose a vote, but he ends up winning a steal a vote. So now he has a steal a vote and an idol, and the guy's on my last nerve, and we're never going to get rid of him.
I know. It's
So at the challenge, Rome rubs me the wrong way once again because he's aggressive as fuck, saying, "I'm the one that needs to do this. I'm the one that needs to be the sole person doing it all by myself and dive down and get the thing." And Soul's like, "Can I please do it?" And the whole team is like, "He's the swimmer. Can he please do it?" And he's like, "No." And then he starts getting mad. And he's like, "I'm so mad because I know I can freaking do this." And it's like, calm the fuck down. Who are you yelling at in my face? This is why, because if I'm Soul and that man's yelling in my face like that, I don't care if I'm in a game. I would be like, who the fuck do you think you're talking to? Because I know it's not fucking me. You better tone down that attitude, motherfucker. Yeah, you want to do it that bad, great. But at least say it with some fucking respect, you fuck.
If I were Rome, I would have realized you can't fucking do this. You're gonna lose. Let someone else do it. I'm more I don't want to lose than my pride.
Yeah,
and he needs.
But his pride. If he's a 7 deadly sin, he's pride.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my god, I can't stand him. I really can't. I can't take aggressive men like that. You know what I mean? Like, especially like when they like overpower women like that, because like it really irks me because I have no problem telling a man to go shove his own dick up his ass.
I love
And
that.
like I see like women who like can't do that and it like irks me because I'm like, I just want to hold your hand and be like, no, you can tell him to go fuck himself. So I hate Rome.
I just went to his Twitter to like see if like he was saying anything about it.
I wouldn't if I'm him.
He retweeted something that made me laugh. It's some guy saying didn't realize that he actually tried to draw Asia, and it's like his vote.
And he actually like drew the continent. Yeah, Keenan brought that up. Yeah, he actually drew the continent. Keenan brought that up. Yeah.
He also tweeted, "Good morning, rap community."
All right, at least he's funny.
Yeah.
All right, Rome, at least you're funny.
Yeah. Like his pinned tweet right now is a tweet from AOC saying like, "Oh man, I just watched Survivor,"
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, or something. And he's like, "I wonder what AOC thought of me going headfirst into a well." And it's like the picture of him like in the well.
Okay, Rome, if you come out of here and you realize that you were aggressive and you realize that you were an asshole and you like want to be funny and like reflect on that, like I'll forgive you.
Yeah. He's an esports commentator.
Is he really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's horrible. I would hate to listen to his esports commentator because he like definitely doesn't listen to anybody else's opinions and thinks that his is correct. And so he will fight.
I feel like I just like changed my opinion on him just by going to his Twitter.
His Twitter? We're like, wow, you outside the game are actually okay, Rome, but you inside the game, I fucking hate you.
Yeah.
Outside of that environment, you might be okay, though. I do want to give a shout out to the girls on Yellow. Because the reason that Yellow won is because the girls on Yellow are astronomically better than a lot of the other people on all the other teams.
Yeah.
Those girls held their own and fucking crushed it. Like, yeah, they had Sam with them, but the girls are the ones that did that puzzle as fast as they did. Like, Yellow actually, like, I'm like, way to go, girls. Like, I'm in. Like,
yeah.
I like Yellow, I think, the most at this point.
And
then my girl Teeny on Red.
I like Teeny as well.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I don't really fuck
That's
with
because she lives in
anyone
Manahawkin and like we are kindred spirits and I will always root for you.
You just
like literally like she could step on a puppy and I'd probably still root for her.
It was an accident.
She stomped it 5 times.
No, it was an accident.
If she stomped on it 5 times, I'd be like, come on.
It's a little much.
She's tripping.
Yeah. So basically, Asia's in jeopardy of going home. And her 2 alliance members, Teeny and then that other person, I forget who, the guy. I don't know his name. The 2 of them basically say, you're gonna leave if you don't do this. And she proceeds to push her narrative anyway. And that's where she fucked up. And I would like to say, so she's part of Rob Has a Podcast. And I actually am not like, I don't listen to Rob Has a Podcast.
Me neither.
I'm actually not a fan of Rob Has a Podcast.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are going to want to slit my throat over that and over what I'm about to say. But to be honest, I am very happy that somebody from Rob Has a Podcast went home this early, because a lot of the times, a lot of these people on that podcast, and I don't know Asia, I don't know what she talks about, I've never seen her on her podcast, okay? But what I've seen from Rob Has a Podcast is a lot of the people come on and they have very elitist mindsets where they are like, I am amazing at this game. I would win this game. And so I know what the right move is. And I know what these people should do. And my opinion is correct. And that's what I really have a problem with Rob Has a Podcast. They get very adamant in their own opinion and they refuse to listen to anybody else. And so that's why I'm not a fan of Rob Has a Podcast. Because like for us, like if somebody was here like, no, Laura, you're wrong, I'd be like, okay, why?
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to know why you think that.
Yeah.
They say, nope, you're an idiot, you're wrong.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually really happy that somebody from Rob Has a Podcast went home this early, because I think it's also showing people like outside the game and inside the game are two very, very, very different things.
Mhm.
And you can say everything that you want outside here, but when you're in that game, it's completely different. It's a social game. And this is what Andy always says. Like Andy always says, he always tweets and always says like, I'm a super fan that won the game because I understand how to have social ties with people. You guys think that you know the game because you know the game and you study the game and you watch the game, but none of you have social abilities whatsoever. Like you guys don't have social skills to be able to get you farther in this game.
Yeah.
And it showed that. It was really, you thought that you had these social ties with these two people, and you proceeded to say, that's my alliance, and push your narrative instead of listening to what they were saying. And yeah, like that's going to send you home.
And then she's like, oh, that hurt, guys. Like,
and it's sort of like you did it to
they
yourself.
warned you. They fucking warned you, girl. Like,
yeah, you did it to yourself. You showed that you had more loyalty to Soul than them, because they're telling you vote with us, and you're like, no, I want to save this guy. And you should have just written down his name and called it a fucking day.
Yeah.
But that's what Andy means by you don't get the social aspect of the game. And that's exactly what that showed. And so I'm actually really happy that somebody who from Rob Has a Podcast, where they have a very elitist mindset and think that they're always correct, went home like third. Like, I think it's actually pretty poetic, and I'm actually really excited about it, because I really hope that it puts people's perspective that like you have all the information, right? Like you're watching and you have all the information. You know what's going on. You know what all the conversations are. But when you're in the game, there's 100 conversations that are happening without you in it. There is so much information that we don't even see in the show, because it's an edited hour television show.
Yeah.
And I don't think that people understand the difference between an hour edited television show and living 24/7.
Yeah.
In that environment. And I really hope that people understand, like, this is why you shouldn't be so fucking rude about your fucking opinion.
Yep.
Because look what happened to you. You got sent home third.
I don't see how anybody could think like they know everything about this show. Like, you don't.
No. Like, and also these people that you're on with have never been on before either. Like, these people are all different people. These people, like, you don't know, like, who you're going to be with. You don't know who these people are. Like, you don't know how much these other people know.
Yeah.
And so it's honestly refreshing watching somebody like that go home third, because I really hope that people understand, like, yeah. It's
You're not
different.
as good as you say you are.
Yeah. Like, it's different. Yeah. Like that's the thing. Like, you need to have like social ability.
Yeah.
And like, you don't have social skills. You talk to a podcast and you just blurt out your opinions and nobody ever says anything back to you. And so you don't know how to like give and take. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. You watched every single episode, but you're seeing what the producers want you to see. You're not seeing every fucking thing that's happened.
Yeah, not all aspects of the show.
And then it's completely different. Like you said, whenever you're there, like, you're not hearing everybody else. You're hearing what's around you, and that's it. Completely.
And what people are telling you and what they're saying to you. And you have to trust your gut, you know? And it's just like, if I'm Asia, I trusted Teeny. With the way how Teeny was talking to me and the way that they sat down with me, I would have trusted them and voted for Saul and been in a 3-person alliance with them, because they're coming to me. They obviously want to work with me. I'm going to get farther with these two people. I'm going to ditch him. Sorry. But she didn't have enough social ability to put that together.
Yep.
Because she was thinking about it as Asia's the main character. And it's like, you're not. You're not. And like, that's the thing. Like, I see tweets all the time where people are like, if you're not the main character in your own life, what are you doing? And it's like, why are you all acting like elitist motherfuckers? You're not the main character in the whole aspect of the world. So stop acting like you're the main character.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, if we have to pick a main character, it's Taylor fucking Swift. No one outside of your family knows your fucking name. But you think that you're the main character? Grow up. Grow up. And that's coming from somebody who literally has a podcast because she feels like her opinions should come out more than other people. You know what I mean? Like, I understand who I am and I understand what I'm saying, but I also understand, like,
Yeah,
I have awareness.
we're realistic about us. Like,
Yeah.
I can admit, like, I fucking suck at the social aspect of like all these games,
Right.
Because I fucking hate talking to people.
Right.
But
Like, you're like, I don't want to hang out with these people. And like, I know what my problem would be is I can't shut the fuck up and hold my tongue.
yeah,
And then I'm not eating for 3 days and I'm going to tell somebody to go fuck themselves. And then they're going to want to vote me out immediately because I told somebody to go fuck themselves.
And I try to self-eliminate every second.
Stephanie's
I don't want to
like,
be
vote me
there.
out.
I don't want to be there.
Stephanie's like, vote me out. And then they win the first elimination. She's like, fuck.
I know. The only reason I would do Survivor is because the competitions look like so much fun.
Yeah, that's
Other
the
than
thing.
that, I don't
Stephanie
want
would
to fucking
try, right?
Yeah.
Like, Stephanie would do the competitions and she would try. Like, she would never purposely tank her team so she would go home because there was other people relying on her, so she would never do that. But every single time she would say, if we lose, vote me out. If we lose, vote me out.
until someone finally does it. I want to go home. Let me go home.
And like, that's the thing. She would try in all the challenges and she would do it, but she would be like, I want to go home so bad.
I just love the idea of everybody at camp being like, okay, yeah, like, yeah, I'll put your name down. Then they're like, so we got to keep Stephanie. Like, she's obviously a number for us.
That's exactly what they would be doing to Stephanie. They'd be like, okay, so we're going to tell Stephanie to vote here and we're going to vote with her. We're going to have to keep Stephanie around because she's a guaranteed vote for us.
They
And
probably
Stephanie's
would
just like,
keep me till jury and then let me leave like at the beginning of jury. Like hopefully they let me leave like the first
yeah,
jury
they still
vote.
won't let you leave. Like, you're still stuck. Like you just keep getting brought into alliances and they just keep bringing you. And you're like, and they all are like laughing because they know you've wanted to go home since like day 2. And like you continuously still play the game because you're there and like you're still doing it, but you beg for them to send you home.
I just want to go home.
She's writing her own name down every time and being the ones that's like,
You can't vote
to
for
the
yourself.
camera.
She
Oh,
can't
okay.
vote for herself.
Well, she'd still do it.
No, you're not allowed.
They make me revote. I'm
Yeah,
crying.
like you're not allowed to vote for yourself.
I wish it was me. I would.
Like, she has to vote for somebody else, and then they all have to vote for her, but they're not voting for her because they need her.
If I got the immunity, I would be pissed. Like an immunity challenge.
Stephanie like accidentally wins an immunity challenge because everybody else drops out in 5 seconds. She's like, "What the fuck?"
Walking through the forest, she trips and like just finds an idol. And she's like, "Fuck!"
Fuck.
I feel like I
Fuck.
hold myself
Like, she-
on the log for a pretty long time, and I'd probably win that, and then I'd be pissed.
She's also the one that like goes on like the excursion, and it's like, okay, you have to like pick, like you have to pull one out, and she's like, I hope I lose my vote, and she's like, fuck, I gotta steal a vote.
Immunity, god damn it!
Fuck.
I eat the sandwich. I'd want the sandwich.
She would say that. She'd be like, can I trade this for a sandwich?
I don't want this.
Can I do that?
Please.
Is it too late?
Can I barter?
Someone let me go.
Oh
I
my
want to go to
god.
Ponderosa.
She like has immunity and she's like, I'm gonna give my immunity to such and
Yes,
such.
I
Please
would.
vote me out. And like they still don't.
Everyone's mad at me because I just gave the immunity to the person that was gonna get voted out.
They were all gonna vote for, so they had to vote for you. And they're still not voting for you.
It's like, no, she's fucking staying.
Want to be here another week. It is.
No, the only time that Stephanie would quit is if it was like me and you and we like yelled at her, then she would quit. But if it was like a team and like one person yelled at her, she would continue to be on the team because she's like, I'm not going to blame the other 4 people for one person.
Yeah.
But if she's in like a partnership and that person yells at her, she's like, I'm done.
Yeah. That's definitely true.
Yeah. That's the only way that she would quit. And it's because we were mean to her and she wants to go cry in the corner. All right. So, that's it for this week. This was fun.
This was fun. I love
This
a
is a
morning
fun episode.
now.
This was a fun episode. We weren't mad,
Mm-mm.
which I think is why it was fun.
Yeah.
This is why we stopped watching Vanderpump at the end there. Okay.
We were angry.
This is also why we're not watching The Golden Bachelorette. Okay. Because we're better when we're not absolutely infuriated.
Like we get some good moments from it, but when it's every week, just no.
No, it's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun. So that's why we're having fun now. We awareness again.
Mhm.
All right, so guys, follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook at Hot Garbage Pod. We also put all of our stuff up on YouTube with at Hot Garbage Pod. We also have a Twitter that's at Hot Garbage Cast.
It upsets me every
Which-
time.
We're never getting that handle back. Like we are unfortunately Hot Garbage Cast.
I have some ideas. I keep forgetting to talk to y'all about it, but
Okay. I think that if we actually made it somewhere, then they would give us pod.
yeah. But
Yeah.
we'll see.
We're
it's
gonna
not
make
happening
it.
anytime soon. It's not happening anytime soon.
Universe, listen. I want this to be my job, please, universe.
Just something about both of those being said at the same time. Steffi's, we're gonna make it. It's never gonna happen.
I want to self-eliminate from my job.
I want to self-evict from my fucking job. Can I be completely honest right now? She literally has said this to her coworkers. Like she literally has said to her coworkers.
We had a team building day, and I got the question, what would your ideal life be? And I immediately said, not working.
Team building exercise. Don't want to be a part of the team.
I don't want to be here with you guys.
My coworker Sean was like, she literally just said because I said not working first, and then I said traveling with my dog and my boyfriend, making money off of my podcast. And I was like, and just spending time with my family. And my boss was like, oh, and my coworker Sean goes, she literally just said she doesn't want to be around us.
She literally, in the team building exercise, says, I don't want to be here. I want to be everywhere else but here.
First question. That's how we started the team building.
That's amazing. Honestly, real. There's a lot of people that wanted to do what you do to Stephanie, but they come up with some fake answer like, oh, I want to be a manager or something. You know what I mean?
No.
And you were like, no, this is the real answer.
I was completely honest. I'm so done. They're sending me to Minnesota this week. I have to go to fucking Minnesota, guys. Who goes to Minnesota?
Oh my god, that's horrible.
I know.
What the fuck is in Minnesota?
A fucking conference. I'll vlog for y'all.
I do love that Stephanie kind of
and it's like Stephanie's face, like, I don't want to fucking be here.
I'm just gonna go to Mall of America so I can go to the Nickelodeon place.
I'm here for the Mall of America.
I'm gonna skip conference.
I do love that Stephanie proved what you said about her doing the competitions in Survivor, though. She doesn't want to be there, but she's still part of this team right now.
Yeah. I'm still going to Minnesota this week.
I literally describe Stephanie's personality to a T. Why would I be good at Survivor? Because I can read people very well. You want to know what my favorite question to ask people is? How is your brain organized? Because as soon as you ask somebody how their brain is organized, you can pretty much figure out a lot about them.
Mm-hmm.
My boss, I said it to him, and he was like, "Everything's behind doors." I was like, "That makes a lot of sense." But you open a door.
I told you that mine's like a teenage girl's room. It's like a mess, and it's just full of
Sparkles.
stuff and sparkles and some like horror stuff because I love Halloween. So
Like the dazzled screen face.
Mhm. like
Yeah.
phone case.
I love that.
Mine was
It's the epitome of
the
me.
mine was the hoarder house where like
Yeah.
it's a mess, but I know where everything is.
Yeah. Mine's the Rolodex. Mine goes,
Yes.
and I just like pull out the card and I have like every fact I know about it on it.
Mhm.
And that's exactly what mine is.
I love
Love
it.
that.
No names though.
No, it just, I like just go through it and then I just like, there it is.
She has the information. She knows everything about the person, but their name.
Name.
Yeah.
I don't know their name.
No.
It might not be right, but it's organized.
Yes.
Yeah. That's right. It might not be right, but it's organized.
Yes. Correct.
That summed me up to a T. Might not be
What-
right, but it's there.
One more thing about my room is, do you remember those little TVs? Like when we were younger, and there was like a Disney one, like, and it was pink, and
And it had the
like,
and it had the video cassette tape player in
Yes.
it, or like the DVD. Yeah,
yeah, all the movies and all the movies and TV shows and all like pop culture stuff plays on that in my brain.
continuously
Yeah,
on a loop.
yeah, that's your Rolodex.
No sleep timer.
It's my Disney little TV.
No sleep timer.
No sleep timer.
Never turns off.
No. One day the screen's gonna go out, but so far
I
it's still
thought you were
going.
gonna say one of those like inflatable chairs that you like sit on.
That's in there too. It's pink.
It's pink. All right, guys. Give us a follow. Give us a listen. Check us out. Tell your friends. Seriously, tell your friends so we can all quit.
Please.
Like literally. Like let's talk about it. Like you guys, like, you know, Alex Cooper and like all these other people, like you guys elevate those people and like let's be for real. Like we're funnier than them.
Yeah.
We are, guys. We are
Like-
so much funnier.
Like we have so much more entertainment value than some of these people.
Pay me. We deserve it.
We're begging now.
Yep.
At the end here, we got really beggy. We're like, hey,
It's
Russia, if you're
getting desperate
listening.
over here.
Russia, I know that one time you meddled in our election. I'm wondering what you could do here for us. What can we put on Cambridge Analytica for us?
We're open to ad space, guys.
We're open for ad space, and we're open for ad space, guys. We will give you an ad.
Mhm.
If you listen, I graduated communications. I know how to write. I will give you a fucking ad like you've never seen.
Laura write the script and then tell me and Tyler what to do. You guys we'll give you 5 minutes for an ad in the middle of our
Yeah.
pod
Yeah.
for $100,000 each. I
That's
know
not
you'll
that
have
much.
it.
Not that much.
It's
Like
not that
honestly, we're
much.
a nobody, so we're not going to charge you that price. That's in Stephanie's head. That's not in my head.
This is how negotiations work, though. You go high, they go low, and then we
Yeah.
Okay, but
eventually meet
we have
somewhere.
how many fucking listeners, and we're going $10,000, $100,000. Like, come on.
We have at least 54 right now.
Russia has 44 are from California.
Someone from California found us and likes us. Yeah, so give us a follow, give us a listen.
Please.
Please. Thank you guys so much for listening. And as always, stay trashy. Stay fucking trashy. That's what I was
Yes.
gonna fucking say.
Yes,
Fuck.
you were.
Fuck.